You know, every single time Elon Musk announces a new project, the internet basically splits right down the middle. You've got the he's a genius camp, and then you've got the he's completely full of it camp. But his latest venture, Macrohard, is making, well, different kinds of waves. See, he's not just trying to build another product, he's claiming this new AI can replace entire software companies.
And nope, that's not me paraphrasing. That is a direct quote from the announcement. The target is Microsoft, the ambition is absolutely massive, and the plan? Well, the plan is vintage Elon Musk. It's this wild cocktail of equal parts brilliance and, you guessed it, chaos.
So, to really get a handle on Macrohard's chances, we've got to look at the patterns. The consistent, sometimes contradictory patterns in Musk's brilliant, but, yeah, chaotic history. Believe it or not, his track record gives us a surprisingly clear roadmap of what to expect. Okay, so it all started back with Zip2, an early version of an online city guide. He sold that for a cool $37 million. That money then funded X.com, which, after a merger, became PayPal and later sold for a whopping $1.5 billion. But here's the crucial pattern to notice. He's a brilliant founder who has pushed out his CEO from both of those companies before they hit the big payday. Then, of course, came SpaceX, which is arguably his crown jewel. I mean, what started as his crazy idea to colonize Mars grew to completely dominate the global launch industry. He totally revolutionized rockets. But, and this is a big but, that incredible speed came at a very real human cost. A Reuters investigation documented over 600 employee injuries, all chalked up to that relentless breakneck pace Musk is so famous for. And Tesla perfectly illustrates this double-edged sword. On one side, you've got the company that almost single-handedly dragged the entire auto industry into the electric age, even hitting $1 trillion valuation. But on the other side, its history is just this long trail of perpetually delayed full self-driving promises, and a real pattern of quality issues. Everything from whistleblower complaints to quiet cover-ups of failing parts. And this pattern, it just holds true across the board. You've got the controversial quote-unquote bailout of Solar City, really serious ethical concerns over at Neuralink, the boring companies, let's be honest, underwhelming Vegas Loop, and of course X, where ad revenue just fell off a cliff after his takeover. Grand vision, deep controversy, it's the core of the Musk playbook. Okay, so with all that history as our guide, let's actually deconstruct Macrohard. What is this thing, really? And how is this digital Optimus, as he calls it, actually supposed to work? All right, so the basics. Macrohard was officially unveiled on March 11th, 2026. It's a joint venture between Tesla and his new AI company, xAI. And yes, that name is a 100% deliberate, not-so-subtle jab at Microsoft. The whole point is to create an AI that can basically take over the digital tasks of office workers. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. The way it's designed is meant to mimic how a human thinks. It actually pairs two different AI systems together. First, you have the thinker. That's xAI's Grok model, and it acts as the strategic brain, figuring out what needs to get done. Then you have the doer. This is a Tesla-built AI agent that literally watches your computer screen, processes that video in real time, and then physically controls your mouse and keyboard to click the buttons and type the words to get the job done. This is why Musk calls it a digital Optimus. He's drawing a straight line from his physical Optimus robot, which is designed for manual labor, to this new digital version, which is designed for the office. It's a software robot that lives inside your computer. And this part is absolutely crucial. It's all powered by a really unique hardware strategy. See, it uses Tesla's cheap, custom-made AI chips for most of the simple front-end stuff. The super expensive heavy-duty NVIDIA servers over at xAI, they only get fired up for the really complex thinking. This two-tiered system is what's designed to make it affordable enough for big companies to actually buy. But here's the catch, and it's a big one. Despite the grand vision and all this clever tech, the reality behind the big announcement is, well, it's messy. The project's first few months have been anything but a smooth ride. So let's just be crystal clear on this point. As of right now, Macrohard is vaporware. There is no product. There isn't a public demo. There is no release date. All that really exists is an announcement and a couple of job postings. That's it. And if you look at its short history, you see some serious instability. Musk first tweets the name way back in August 2025. But by the end of that year, the project had reportedly stalled out completely. Leadership changed, and engineers were actually pulled off the project and reassigned to Tesla's autopilot team. It was basically dead in the water. So what revived it? This, a quiet $2 billion investment that flowed from Tesla into xAI in January 2026. And wouldn't you know it, shortly after that cash infusion, the project was rebooted, which led to the big public announcement in March. I mean, going from an announcement to a stall to a multi-billion-dollar reboot in less than 7 months is chaotic, to say the least.
So if we put this all together, the history, the tech, the chaotic start, what does it actually mean for Macrohard's future? Well, we can use Musk's own playbook to predict 4 patterns that are very, very likely to show up. First up, expect massive vertical integration. This is Macrohard's single biggest advantage, its superpower. It combines Tesla's custom hardware, xAI's language models, and Tesla's absolutely enormous data pipeline. This creates a powerful hardware and infrastructure moat that competitors who just buy their chips off the shelf simply can't copy.
Second, you're going to see a grand vision followed by a slow, incremental rollout. The big promise is to replace Microsoft, right? But the reality is it will almost certainly start small. Automating simple stuff like managing your emails or filling out spreadsheets. Expect it to slowly move up to more complex work over many, many years.
Third, he's walking onto a very different battlefield this time. This isn't like the early days of electric vehicles. The AI space in 2026 is a total bloodbath. He isn't launching into an empty market, he's jumping into a war with incredibly powerful, fast-moving giants like Microsoft's Copilot, Google's Gemini, and Anthropic's Claude. And finally, pattern number 4, expect controversy. It's a given. An AI that is constantly watching your screen and controlling your mouse is going to instantly set off huge privacy alarms. And that's before you even get to the fears about massive white-collar job displacement and the inevitable regulatory pushback that's sure to follow.
So what's the bottom line here? The absolute smartest way to track Macrohard is to pay attention to demos, not to press announcements. Wait for a real product that can be independently tested. And always remember the unwritten rule of Musk's timelines. They tend to take about 2 to 3 times longer than he promises.
So in the end, Macrohard is pure, uncut Elon Musk, a ridiculously audacious vision backed by some genuinely powerful technology, all wrapped up in some seriously provocative marketing. The real question is, will it actually become a revolution in a box, or is it just the next chapter in a long history of ambitious vaporware? I guess we'll have to wait for that demo to find out.